Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Saturday, May 10th, around 7:45 p.m. Mountain Time, 2025. It's the one-year anniversary of the most intense solar storm in decades, which created worldwide auroras. The May 10th, 2024 Mother's Day Extreme Geomagnetic Storm. Buckle up and keep calm. It's boom time. A storm crawling through the southeast will raise the risk for flooding and damaging thunderstorms. Mother's Day plans may have to be moved indoors as a slow-moving storm will bring soaking rain and locally gusty thunderstorms to the region over the next few days. The flow around the storm will result in a nearly continuous pull of moisture-rich air off the Gulf, heightening the risk of flooding from repeated downpours. And here's the full forecast. Weekend showers and thunderstorms over the southeast U.S. A slow-moving storm system over the northern Gulf Coast will continue with periods of showers and thunderstorms over much of the southeast U.S. through the weekend. The risk for heavy to excessive rainfall increases on Sunday as a surge of increased moisture moves over parts of northern Florida and into southern Georgia. And we'll take a look at that right now on the latest GFS model run. You can see here through Monday that wet pattern lingering in the southeast and, in fact, expanding over multiple states. Tuesday and again Wednesday, it will finally kind of move up into the Delmarva here Thursday as that system moves offshore finally by the end of the week. Not a lot of severe weather associated until maybe next week here, where we can see some spiciness popping up here in the center of the U.S. once again. A quick look at the total snowfall because we're still looking to capture a little bit of moisture in the basins here. And it looks like by the end of May, almost all of the snow will be wrapping up for the high elevations. Now, another big headline today, a Tennessee earthquake rattling homes as far away as Atlanta with a 4.1 magnitude boomer. Let's take a look. A 4.1 earthquake in Tennessee woke up families and rattled homes as far away as Atlanta as it spread tremors across portions of the southern U.S. on Saturday morning. No injuries or major damage were immediately reported. The website for USGS said the earthquake originated shortly after 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, about 20 kilometers from Greenback, Tennessee, which is about 30 miles south of Knoxville. More than 23,000 reports from the public were received by USGS in the first hour after the quake. There is a 5% chance of a magnitude 4 or larger aftershock in the next week. Gabriella Riley was making waffles with her husband when they felt their entire home shake in Brazelton, Georgia, which is northeast of Atlanta. Our ceiling fan started shaking for about 10 seconds, she said. I thought a giant aircraft had flown low right over the neighborhood, but my husband said, no, that was definitely an earthquake. And an earthquake indeed. No aftershocks have been reported at all from the USGS, just that outlier initially reported as a 3.5 upgraded to 4.1, 21 kilometers southeast of Greenback, Tennessee. We are waiting for the coronal hole stream to couple with Earth, and in the meantime, no real high-end seismic activity. Biggest quake here is a 5.1 in Peru. Worldwide volcano news for the 10th of May, Saturday. Karimsky to 14,000 feet. Nevado de Ruiz, 19,000 foot. Fuego to 14,000. Reventador, 15,000 foot blast. Sangay to 20,000 foot. Semeru, who knew, now you do, volcanic ash was reported today. Karimsky apparently stopped puffing. Poas to 11,000. Santaguito to 14,000. White Island on the list with 4,000 foot puff there. Ibu to 6,000. Conleon, an eruption reported today, as well as Sangay to 20,000 feet. Karimsky, puffing and passing there. Reventador, ongoing volcanic ash. And wrapping up the list is Semeru, Who knew? Now you do. Space weather, quick look. Some low-level sea flaring today. Nothing significant. We are waiting for the coupling of coronal hole 46 and that plasma stream to arrive. Looks like it's may not be happening. 3-day geomagnetic forecast and geomagnetic storm has been canceled. So, how do you like them apples? KP barely above, well, doing anything. It's at around 2 in general. Low chance for aurora. Let's quick take a look at telemetry to see what is happening. Yeah, there is no density increase, no real coupling with that coronal hole as of yet. It has been 1 year since the most intense solar storm in decades created worldwide auroras. What have we learned? Well, we learned that low-level superstorms with multiple X-flares are now sending aurora all the way to the equator. And that means our infrastructure is more at risk these days due to the weakening magnetosphere. It means that it might not take, let's say, a Carrington event to necessarily affect the grid in a big way. Hey. And if you don't remember, take a look at what was going on. We had an X1, multiple large M flares, another X1, an X2, an X1, an X3, an M5, an X5.8, an X1.5, and another X1. So, not very large X flares sending aurora all the way to the equator. And so as the magnetosphere continues to wane, we're going to see more and more of these fantastic, quote-unquote, superstorms. Now, we've been talking about the Soviet spacecraft Cosmos 482 for days as it re-entered, and it finally has hit Earth, supposedly in the ocean somewhere. And the location is baffling re-entry watchers. No one knows where this baby re-entered. Well, we do know when it re-entered. We just don't know where it is. Cosmos 482 was set to make 4 passes over Germany during the re-entry window. It was seen by European Space Agency radar systems during the first 2 of these passes at 4:30 UTC and 6:04 UTC, but never again. And it is now missing. As the descent craft was not spotted by radar over Germany at the expected time, it most likely that it re-entered already, according to ESA, but no one knows really where that is. The good news, if it hit land or somewhere populated, we would have known it. Speaking of knowing, Lee and I have a great show coming up on Magnetic Reversal News on Rumble. It is a rebroadcast of our radio show with all the visuals, including a new paper coming out just yesterday, the revised age for the Schoningen hunting spears, which were once attributed to Homo heidelbergensis, now being attributed to Neanderthal, making it the oldest Neanderthal spear ever. These are 200,000-year-old wooden spears. We'll also talk about the oldest Neanderthal bone spear, and for most of the show, we go into the story of the Younger Dryas event. The flash frozen mammoths with the buttercups in their mouths. Is it real? Well, it is at some level, but there are in fact recurrent episodes of catastrophic emplacement in the Arctic, meaning just not the Younger Dryas. There are events 50,000, 42,000, 40,000, 38.5, 26,000, and so on, all with catastrophic emplacement in the mucks. So it's just not the Younger Dryas event, but recurrent episodes. It's a fantastic show. Join us over on Rumble in just a minute. And that's a boom to knowledge. Hit the thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and be safe. We love you. Please subscribe now. Most of you watching are unsubscribed. We could use the help. And we'll see you all over at Rumble in just a minute.